feel like yearning is a lost art. You know, like Tony Soprano said that he wanted to be like a cool silent type, you know? And like the rise of the nonchalant man, the rise of like the it is what it is, attitude has been misused, misunderstood perhaps. The calm, cool, collected, silent type is misrepresented a lot. I think yes, it's important to be level-headed and to manage your emotions and perhaps be nonchalant presenting, but internally understand deeply your emotions. Understand, have like social awareness, that's arguably way more important than IQ, standard IQ, being book smarts. And something that's been trending recently is like the rise of retard maxing. And basically it's like just going in head first without thinking. Cold approach, rejection therapy, doing things in an unconventional way that would disarm a stranger. Let them drop their barriers and be chalant. And I think that's very important. Like, everyone looks at Marcus Aurelius as this like stoic figure, that they idolize. It's been like the red pill guy, like they're a messiah. And people forget that Marcus Aurelius was stoic, yes, but he was also a leader. And in order to lead, you have to be somewhat charismatic. He was also a philosopher, a poet. He kept a journal, he read, he meditated. And a lot of guys today, they're nonchalant and they have this it is what it is attitude. And they might look at that and be like, that's gay. Like, I would never meditate. I would never write and journal. I would never fucking read poetry. But, man, back in the day, for lack of a better term, like, guys used to be warriors and also poets and philosophers and emotional men, dude, And I think that's what we're missing in this current nonchalant, it is what it is guy. They're not yearning anymore. We've lost touch with that emotional side of things, man. We lost touch with the arts. And I think that's very important. I think the cure to burnout is art, man. I'm sure you can be stoic and say it is what it is, but the people that I see saying that are in positions in life that they don't want to be in. And they somewhat have the power to change, to get out of that position in life. My circle, my friends, people my age, my peers, like I see it all around me. They hate their jobs, they're a weekend warrior, but they have nothing to lose, man. And they're just so beaten up, so conditioned and brainwashed that they're just like, I hate my job, I hate my life, but it is what it is. I'm 23, I have nothing to lose. This is my first job out of college, but it is what it is. And I understand that people are in different situations. I understand that there's people out there that like are actually fucked financially and have like responsibilities and a family maybe. And perhaps it's harder for those people. And I feel for you. I do. speaking for myself, I used to be the it is what it is type of guy, man. I used to, just say that because I was like, whatever, man, it's not going to change, and this is the path I'm on. This is what I'm doing. But you can always change, man. You can always shift and make a change, make a difference, make a, move, switch careers, try something, bro. Start that business, start that content journey, start writing that book. I think you can be nonchalant, you can be stoic, you can have that it is what it is attitude, but still yearn for more, man. And still chase your dreams. Still pursue something better for yourself, man. And I think it's important to as a man to yearn. But yearning without action is just pity. Yearning with action is chasing your dreams. So yeah, be the calm, cool, nonchalant, silent type. But indulge in the arts, man. Read a book. Journal. Sit and think, man. Meditate. Go in nature. Like, you have to do something. Don't just give up. Say it is what it is. And conform to, like, the conditioning that this world wants you to do, to be. You're riding a desk that you hate, but you have nothing to lose, man. What do you have to lose? Quit your job, man. Start some shit. But to each their own, man. If you're happy, if you go to work and you hate your job, you hate your boss, the work is not fulfilling. But perhaps you go outside for lunch and you hear the birds chirping and it's beautiful. Perhaps you go home and kiss your kids goodnight or something, or you read them a book. Perhaps you go home and crack a beer and watch the game, and that's fine for you. Dude, all power to you, man. If you're chasing the American dream, if you're chasing that vision of life, and that's what your version of happiness is, I envy you, bro. I do. But I'm yearning for more, and I've decided to take action. And I'm a pretty, nonchalant guy, I think, and I think I need to be a little more chalant, We need more silly gooses in the world. Silly geese, I guess, but adventure, do something whimsical. I don't know. All right, later.